Welcome to our tutorial about new classes. In this tutorial, we're going to create user-defined classes. We're going to create a program which will store and retrieve vehicle model and manufacturer information using properties of the new class named Vehicle. We're also going to create a method in the class to compute the cost of a trip based on the distance in miles and the miles per gallon of the vehicle. Okay, let's begin by creating a form. I'm going to need 4 text boxes. Let's organize them on the form. And I also need a button. Let's call the first text box TXT Company. Let's also enter the text property Company. The second box we'll call TXT Model. And let's enter model in the text property field as well. The third text box will be TXT Miles. And let's caption it trip as measured in miles. My last text box, let's call it TXT MPG. That stands for miles per gallon. And we'll enter MPG for my text property as well, miles per gallon. Okay, now let's create a new class. We'll call the class Vehicle. Click Add. The first thing we'll do is define our variables. Private M_company as string. Now let's right-click and copy that, and we'll paste it underneath. Let's change the variable name to model. Here we're defining the variables to be used inside the class. We use the keyword private inside the declaration statement because by convention we keep internal class variables private. In other words, they're not available outside the class model itself. Another difference here is the lowercase m. This is a conventional way to define private members in Visual Basic. Now let's type public property, space, property name, company. As a string. Now when I press enter, Visual Basic automatically inserts 2 blocks of statements, get and set. Let's just finish typing before I explain what these mean. Return M_company and here we'll type M_company equals value. Okay. The set block assigns a string value to the private variable M_company. When the property is set, you use the get statement to return the value stored in private variable m_company back when this value is requested. This might seem a little bit confusing for now, but just take it at face value for the time being and let's move on. It'll become clear through my examples. Now let's type public property model as string. And here, return space m_model and then m_model equals value. Now we're going to create a method for calculating the cost of a trip with specific vehicles. Public function, let's call it trip cost. Open parenthesis, by val, miles as integer, comma, by val, space, mpg or miles per gallon, also as an integer, and let's close our parenthesis, as string. On the next line, let's type dim dbl result as double. dbl result equals miles divided by mpg. And multiplied by 3.56. That would be a current cost for gasoline. Enter. The last line, return space format, open parenthesis, double result, comma, space, open quotation, currency, close quotation, and close parenthesis. Basically, the method trip cost calculates the cost of the trip based on the number of miles and the miles per gallon. I've entered the cost of 1 gallon of gas at $3.56. I think it's quite a bit more now. The return format will be a string format formatted as currency. Let's review what's happened here. We created a class called Vehicle. Then we created two properties for our class, Company and Model. Each property consists of two parts. One is the variable which holds the property value. The second part is the specialized method that allows access to this property. Next, we created a method, trip cost, which calculates the cost of a trip taken by a vehicle based on the number of miles and the miles per gallon, as well as the cost of 1 gallon of gas at a fixed price of $3.56. In our next tutorial, we're going to create an object using this class we created here, Vehicle. And this concludes our tutorial about creating a new class.